A big thank you to all of you for joining us today. We know your time is valuable, and that is precisely we are here to make every moment worth it. Today, AI is everywhere, in every headline, in every boardroom discussion. It promises smarter decisions, faster growth, and endless possibilities. Here's the truth. Hype alone does not deliver the results. Without the right systems, the right data, even the smartest AI will fall flat. It's time to go beyond the buzz and show how AI works in real world use cases. So, get ready, fasten your seatbelts. We are about to take AI from hype to reality. So, great evening, everyone. So, I am Shivani and I'll be your host for today's session. Before we start, I would like to make a request to all the people who have joined from browser to please see this webinar in the full screen mode. It's wonderful to see you all here. And I hope that short opening video have already set the stage for exactly why we are here today. AI is a hot topic, rather a very hot topic, and everyone is talking about that. But at Kytes, we are focused on turning this buzz into something very real, tangible outcomes that make a difference for your teams, for your projects, and for your businesses. Enterprises and businesses should leverage AI in a way that truly moves the needle in their favor and delivers the real value, like reducing your DSO, higher retention of the customer, higher customer satisfaction, and most importantly, increase revenue and margins. And in this session, we are going to keep it very simple and real, no jargons, no fluffs, just actionable insights and real world example of how AI can be leveraged in project delivery and operations. Whether you are curious about AI, cautious about that, or already deep into the AI journey, you are going to walk away with a lot of clarity after this session and maybe a few wow moments. So let's dive straight into this session. The topic of today's session is unlocking AI's full potential with the right project systems and data. As we go along the session, please keep posting your queries or questions in the chat or Q&A window, and we'll take them up at the end of the webinar. Please join me in welcoming today's speaker, Sandeep Kumar, to kick things off. A little introduction about Sandeep. Sandeep, founder and CEO of Kytes, is an alumnus from IISc Bangalore with a master's degree in engineering. Rich experience of 28 years in building, selling, and marketing enterprise-grade software solutions. Founded Kytes in 2005, and prior to that, he has worked in organizations such as Geometric Software and Tata Research Center. Under his leadership, Kytes PSA software is used by leading companies, and some of them are named Tata Technologies, Quest Global, New Summit, Excidence, Experian, to name a few. And the users for Kytes are spread all across 37 plus countries as we speak. Over to you, Sandeep.
Thank you, Shivani. Thank you for the kind introduction. So welcome everybody to this webinar. Thank you very much for joining it. I'm very excited about this webinar because I'm guessing it will put all of us on our AI journey in our own organization. So I'm very excited about it. Let me just share my presentation. As you can see, the topic is about AI and how do we unlock that full potential, and then what we need to do it, the right project systems and data. That's what we will talk about. So, okay, so let's take this first poll. So can we have the first poll, please? Okay. So are you using AI in your project operations as of today? That's the question. Please pick one which suits you most. Okay, so 14% people says 69 people participated in it. 14% says not using at all. 34, that is 50% almost, chat GPT. Enterprise is only 8, that is 12%, and both. So that makes our webinar even more relevant today, right? Because while many people, at least 50%, seem to be using chat GPT, but very few are using the enterprise AI. What data we are generating, how are we using that for AI? So that makes us more relevant. Let's begin. Wow, that's a beauty, right? That's a very fine engineered machine built for rough terrains, right? We have seen it running on roads all the time and always wish we had one. And this machine promises speed, safety, adventure, and everything you can think of. Everybody wants to take a ride in it. Now imagine you buy a machine with your hard savings and of years of aspirations, and then when you buy it for all the promise it has, and then you suddenly realize there is no fuel in it. Now, without fuel, this beauty will not run, and it is just a beautiful machine sitting idle, doing nothing for you. That's exactly the point when we come to AI, and AI cannot work without data. We all know it. AI needs data, and AI needs lot of data, and AI needs a lot of good data, right? So without it, AI, whatever be the promise of this technology, will not work if we don't have it. Now, we are fortunate that today we have a lot of LLMs out there, including the most popular one, OpenAI, from then we have from Facebook, Llama, and so on. Now, what these guys have done, these guys have generated or taken a lot of data from whatever is available in the public place and then train the model. And now we are all beneficiaries of that, using that model to do a lot of AI applications, which in general we call it as a Gen AI. And we know the promise of it, we know the benefits of it, as we have all used it. Now, what about if I want to do the same thing in my own organization? Because if the OpenAI can give me a generic view of it, for example, it can help me to write a speech, or it can help me to create a presentation, or it can give me sort of format for my resume. But it can't do things which are very specific to me, to my organizations, right? For ability to do that, we would need data to be captured in our system. Like these guys have trained data with the general publicly available data. We need to train our AI with the data we are generating today. And the data which we are generating today is obviously we are generating in emails, in a lot of phone calls, in Excel files and all. But this data, to make it really AI usable, we need to build systems, and we need to capture good data so that we can get better output when we are using AI. That is the essence of data and why we need systems. Now, we have all heard of systems like ERP, CRM, and HRMS. And then there are like for project operations, because today most of us, this is about IT services vertical. So PSA, which is project professional services automation, and project systems becomes very, very critical. So we'll talk more about these two category of software and their relation to the other three. But the fact from this slide is AI needs data. And now if we want to do enterprise AI data, enterprise AI, we need to invest in systems. We need to have the systems in place which can capture the data in an organized fashion. So that's the first point we are making in this slide. Now, let me explain a little bit with these two examples, one on this slide and one on the next. Now imagine, we have to write a resume for all our employees. We have 1,000 employees, and I want to generate their resume, updated resume, say every 3 months, so that I can share it with the customers when they ask for it. This is a general need in any IT services organization. Now, AI can give me the open AI or chat GPT can give me a resume format. And if I give it the content, it can probably write it. But that's not what I want. I have 1,000 employees. I want AI to automatically generate this resume just on a click of a button and update the system. Now, for updating the resume, what we need is the content, like what are the projects which this person worked on in the last 6 months. That has to be updated. If any new skills acquired by this person has to be updated, and a few other nuances in the resume. Now, that can only be done if we use enterprise AI. If we have systems where we are recording what all being done by every employee every single day, every single week, and every single month, right? And then we can write you can build models and AI can do that, AI or AI agent as we call it. So that is the difference between, we cannot fully rely on LLMs. We have to build our own LLMs, and for that we need data, and for that we need systems. The other example, which is very, very pertinent, is today I can generate a PowerPoint like if I want to present a business case. So AI can give me that presentation. But if I want to present to my board of directors that what is my financials, what is my next 6 months basically forecast, or what has been my performance, BU by BU, customer by customer, and so on. So today we prepare a presentation like this. Now, if I want AI to generate it, it cannot do that with public LLMs. It has to depend upon my own enterprise level LLMs. And for that, I need data. And for data, I need systems. So you can see with these two examples and before what I spoke, there is a very good business case for basically, having systems in place which will generate good quality data. Now, because we are talking about the IT services vertical, and we are saying we need systems, and we need systems for data, but the starting point for having any system is that whatever are the current challenges of IT services company, that must be solved by these systems, and in turn they will also generate a lot of good quality data. So we basically solving two problems. We are solving our own current issues and then generating data, and we will apply AI and make us more productive and efficient. So some of the key challenges you already might be aware, but I just for the purpose of bringing everybody to the same page, key challenges are like when we get a new opportunity, the building of the cost sheet estimation, it is still done in Excel sheets. There is no digitization of that, and as a result, we our winnable proposals are not as much as they should be, because everybody is using their own sort of format. There are no standard cost master and so on. So, and then there is a less collaboration between sales and delivery. So this is one of the key challenge. Second is, when we get a new SOW, we are setting up a project. Now, how do you know, or how the team knows what is my planned profitability? Planned profitability month on month. What is my planned revenue, planned cost, and so on and so forth, right? We are only in the habit of setting up engineering deliverables and not so much financial setup. So that is another challenge as I see. And if you don't know the finish line, there is very unlikely you will get there, right? So my as executed profitability may not be closer to as sold profitability. So that's another challenge. And then as I start executing, resources are the key currency. So how do I optimize for billable utilization as well as CSAT? Because if I optimize too much for profitability, my CSAT can go south and so forth. So there is a need to optimize that. And then there is a lot of other capabilities like, today I don't have an inventory for my skills. Even though I have invested in some software, it is still, there is a challenge because it's a very manual update. Similarly, my managing my bench, can I get a real time visibility into that? So there are a lot of these things, which are can be managed, are real problems in the resource management of any organization. So we need to fix that. Then there are different business models like time and material, fixed monthly billing, fixed price models, or outcome based models. So how do you set it up properly so that if there are any finance folks in the audience, so my rev rec and my billing becomes a breeze, right? And that will further reduce my DSO. So this is another very important challenge today. Rev rec and the book closure at the end of the month is very, very stressful in any organization. So that is then fit to purpose templates. Then the third leg, that is the project delivery. How do I make it integrated rather than in silos? Like a silo, Jira is working in silo, it's not integrated, and so on and so forth. And so these are some of the challenges which I believe IT services companies are facing. So when we go for systems, it will solve these challenges for sure, and also generate data which we can use for AI. So there is a dual benefit of looking at systems and using them. Now I'll go back to this is the next this thing. Just wanted to make sure that what is the workflow of a typical IT services company. So on the right hand side, you have HRMS, ERP, and then the new opportunity comes. It reaches a certain stage, and then somebody makes a proposal, that is estimation in Excel or anywhere. And then after a few iterations, you get a contract, that is the customer PO or SOW. Win is announced. Now with the as sold data and the SOW, we create a delivery project where all the setup is done, whatever is possible. And then you can integrate with the ERP if it exists, or if it's a tally, you can still integrate. And then resources are allocated. Today a lot of these resources are allocated manually in Excel. Somebody is keeping track, all those things. And then the project goes into execution depending upon your methodology and where you are doing your project management, either in the client systems or so. People then start working on that. They fill timesheet in any of the system, and then timesheets gets approved at the end of the month. This data is shared with the finance for RevRec and for billing. And then there are CSAT, risk management, quality parameters, and so on and so forth. And then in the end, there is a project closure where you close the project, final P&L. There is a governance and reporting, and you can even share this with customer. Now, the reason why I'm showing this for two purposes. One, just to tell everybody that when you invest in a system, it can actually digitize your entire workflow, make it more efficient, make it more profitable, and improve your top line, right? So that is one advantage. But the second reason why I am showing this in this detail is to let you know that every touch point or everything we are doing here is actually you can improve that by applying AI at every touch point. You can make it more intelligent, make it smarter, make it faster, make it more accurate, and make it self repeatable or automation, right? So this is our opportunity now. But if you want to apply AI, you need to get this system in place first, and then at every touch point, or you can make it low touch by automating it, right? So AI needs very clear thinking, very clear systems to be able to bring the best results for you, right? So that is, now that we know it, and we also know that every touch point is generating a lot of data today. Even today it is doing it. But what are the challenges in the data which you are generating today? One of the key challenges that some data is created in Jira, which is in the customer place. Some are in Excel sheets, some are in emails. So basically there are islands of data. It's not talking to each other, right? And if it can't talk to each other, what happens? I end up with a very poor data quality, where when I look at one set of data, fields are missing. It's not the financial and the resource data is not at one place. It's not talking to each other. And very unstructured data, like you have emails, logs, and all those things. So these are some of the other challenges. Like for AI to function, I need a lot of historical data, and I will present one example later on. And this historical data will help me build AI algorithms or machine learning algorithms to be able to build models, and then those models will predict the future for me, right? Predict the future of my project, predict the future of my task. Similarly, today we have GDPR, we have HIPAA. So all these things are very, very important, and from a privacy and compliance point of view. So my data has to basically adhere to that. And then standardization, robust infrastructure. So these are some of the challenges in the kind of data we generating today. But if we do realize, like we have said, if we do invest in systems and build very good systems which are talking to each other, very robust systems which are scalable, not only solving my workflows, but also preparing me for the future, preparing for the usage of AI. So that is what is needed. Now, I think we'll pause here. We'll take a poll number two, as we establish that data and systems are required. So the question is, in which areas of project operations do you face the most challenges? And it's a multiple. You can select any number of options here. So please take this poll. Okay, so I mean, I see almost every problem is faced by almost everybody. And so that is another reason that, we need systems to solve these problems. Okay, so let's move forward and then see, what are the things we have. Now, we talked about the need for having the systems. We build a business case for that, right? So that is now done. Now, what kind of systems are we talking about? So, if you look at it, we basically have like ERP system on the right hand side, SAP, Oracle, Microsoft, and so on. And then we have HRMS systems like SuccessFactors, Workday, or Darwinbox, and so on. And on the left hand side, we have CRM systems like Salesforce, HubSpot, even Kytes we have. Now, in the center, you see a lot of white spaces. And that's where, you need to bring in the PSA system and the project management, where they are digitizing the entire project life cycle, right from building the cost sheet for a new opportunity, getting a SOW, executing the project, tracking all the financials, including billing and RevRec, and all the resource allocation, skills, competencies, etc. Now, this is as per the best in class industry practice to basically have these four key softwares: CRM, PSA, ERP, and the HRMS. And they should be talking to each other. And the most important one from a project point of view, because we are talking today about the IT services vertical, is the PSA software, where these four buckets are solving key problems: resource management, financials, delivery, and estimation. They are integrated to each other and integrated to other systems as well. And now, as I said, on top of it, you can apply AI and make every touch point better, faster, accurate, and correct, right? So that is how this can help you. If you invest in a system like this will help you to basically get the benefits of AI as well. Now I'll move to the next slide, where let me give you a little bit of a peek into the how this kind of software can look like, so you have a better visualization. So let me just log into the software. So this Jeff is logged in, and you can see now, as soon as Jeff logs in, basically you can see a lot of these CXO matrix, right? So you can see what is my top line, what is my YTD revenue, YTD cost, margin. You can see the same data split by month or by customer, any split you can see. So these kind of analytics, now it is also giving you what is your billable utilization, what is your bench count, bench aging, and so on. And then it will talk about your delivery side, how many projects, what is the KPIs, what is my unbilled revenue by customer, And then, what is my pending POs? So all kinds of metrics, what you are looking at, it can give you also your organization level risk, like your top five customers are contributing 67% of the revenue. Now that could be a risk, your customer wise unbilled revenue and so on. So the idea is that, and if you want to look at a particular project level dashboard where it can give you, all the resource, financials, and delivery metrics all in one page, right? So this is what you can get in a system like this. Now, if I go to a particular project, this is the enterprise view. But if I go to a particular project, say 800, so as soon as I click here, I will get everything about this project here. So first, these are some fields here, and so we can just collapse that. Then what we have here is the financials. So what is my planned revenue, planned cost, and what is my margin? So it is giving, we can also see the same thing by the month. Like you have, monthly, what is my accrual plan? Then this is my actual accruals. We can also show you what is your billing every month. Similarly with the cost, planned cost, actual cost, and so on. You can also do all the billing and rev rec from the same system. So this will also keep track of, as I said, there is only 10 days where you have to do billing because your books have to get closed. Now, a lot of time we spend in compiling the data, what to bill, how much to bill, at what rate. This is always a challenge, even after having the ERP and the other softwares, right? So if you want to make it like a completely one-click billing, complete automation, and that can also ensure that you don't have to give more than 2-3% of credit notes. That means you are getting your invoices first time right? So that could be, the immediate gain you will get. But what you are also doing is you are generating a lot of data which we will be able to use for prediction, etc., as we use AI, right? So that is one benefit. Similarly, it can tell you what are your resources, who are the resources, how much timesheet they have filled. Everything about the resources in this project would be known to you. You can also see what is the competency of Andy, what skills he has, when was the last time they worked, and all these skills then we will use to automatically update the resume of Andy, right? So this is just one example I am telling you. Similarly, you can see, where all Andy has worked in the last 24 months or 36 months. So this is also a very good way of, doing. So just wanted to give you a overview of, how a product can look like. Let's go back to our real topic of basically talking about data and systems. So let me just go there. Okay, let's quickly take this third poll. Can we have the poll, please? So now just, crowdsourcing, which areas do you think AI has maximum potential of using? And you can pick more than one as well. Okay, can we have the results, please? Okay. So fantastic. So I think the 82% is a automatic reports and PPT generation. I also feel this is one of my favorite too, where people are spending a lot of time and AI can really help. So we will see that. Let's go back to our this thing, and now what I'm going to do in the next 7 slides, and depending upon time we have, I have these 7 use cases which I want to talk to you, linking it back to the systems and the data I have generated and how we have benefited. So this is the first case, very, very important case. If there is a task going on and you as a project manager want to know when is it likely to finish, I want to predict. And the prediction is based on, so let me first show you the result. So this is like, you can see there is a AI button. And now when I click on it, it is going to give me the response. What it is telling me is the task is assigned to Jyotsna. planned hours are 24, but expected to finish in 33 hours, right? So it is going to take more time. And then it is also showing me that if you had given these tasks to some other users, how long will they take to finish it? Correct? So in this case, there is nobody which is like doing in lesser time, but this is a great insight AI is giving me. Now, how is it giving me this insight? What this particular thing is working on, we have built a model of prediction where we have taken the last 2 years data, all the activities we have finished, the type of activity, the complexity of activity, and the person who has finished it, right? And using these four parameters and probably a few more, we have built a model. And now we have applied AI. When I am asking about this activity, it goes and fits into that model, and the model predicts with some, of course, guardrails and all those things. So this would not have been possible if we did not have the data. And we cannot plug in the data of some other company. It has to be my resources, because the efficiency, productivity of my resources is known only to me. So this is one use case which clearly tells you that if you work on the data, the upside is very, very huge. So let's go to the next one. This is, many people are using it where, it generates the minutes. And but the more important thing is, how do you track these minutes, and then how does the AI help me complete these action items faster, so that I make progress faster. So it's a small video. I will run it and you please watch it.
Introducing Kytes integration with MS Teams to sync meetings and generate AI-powered minutes of meeting effortlessly. To get started, view the meeting you need to sync in Kytes through MS Teams. Click on the Add tab and add the Kytes app, and save. You can choose to sync the meeting at the specific project level or at enterprise level. Let's go with enterprise level. After syncing, all completed instances will be captured. By clicking the AI action icon, you can generate AI-powered minutes of the meeting very easily. From this point onwards, all meeting minutes will be generated successfully through Kytes AI. You can categorize each item as an action point or note, assign specific departments and owners which will be fetched from Kytes. It also auto-captures action point owner's name if mentioned in meetings and set due dates for action items. After adding the necessary details, click Submit. The meeting will be successfully synced into Kytes. To view the synced meeting, go to the Kytes Meetings section. Since we created it at the enterprise level, the meeting will be listed there. Clicking into the details shows all meeting information, including attendees who joined the meeting, their invitation acceptance status, and their meeting join duration to understand their involvement, and further. This data will also be available at the report level, so you can assess the contribution of each user in the all meetings. Additionally, you can access detailed minutes of meetings generated in MS Teams, complete with clearly defined action items, assigned departments, specific owners, and due dates, enabling seamless tracking and accountability. This is how you can effortlessly sync your Microsoft Teams meetings with Kytes and let Kytes AI generate accurate.
So basically, what we have shown is, how we can generate the minutes automatically, integration with Teams, and most importantly, I said that tracking those action items. So today, when you do 5 meetings, you forget what was discussed in the first meeting, and then you do it all over again. But here we are tracking it, we are helping you close, and AI will then predict when is likely to finish, right? So just all the pieces are connected together. Now let me go to the second one, and this is one 82% people said this will be the most important, integration. So what it will show you that once you have your own data, now how AI will automatically generate a PowerPoint for you at a project level and at an enterprise level. Please watch.
Introducing presentation generation at project and enterprise level through Kytes AI. We've developed this feature to eliminate the hassle of manually crafting presentations every time you need to status report on your projects or overall enterprise performance. Now, with just a few words, you can generate a fully customized presentation using Kytes AI Chat. To get started, simply interact with Kytes AI Chat using natural language. For example, you can say, "Make project summary presentation." Kytes AI will interpret your request and generate the appropriate presentation. This feature generates a comprehensive project-level presentation with all relevant project data. The process may take some time, and upon completion, you'll receive a notification. You can then view the project summary presentation, which is fully customizable to include the data you need. You can also create presentations at the enterprise level. To do this, navigate to our Global Kytes AI feature. Enter a specific prompt, such as Make org-level presentation for Pharma Portfolio Report. The system will begin preparing the presentation, and you'll be notified once it's complete. Your enterprise-level presentation will include all relevant data from the enterprise level. Plus, with Kytes AI, you no longer need to manually create presentations every time.
So as you can see, this is a reality, and this is a huge productivity, because every project manager can standardize. Presentations can be automatically generated, emailed to your email box every 6 o'clock in the evening. And you can have multiple presentation types, like one for the management, one for department, and so on and so forth. So, but this will all be only possible when there is a structured data, right? When there is a system, and then system is getting updated regularly. So, and this is a huge productivity thing. So let me go to the next one. This is another good one. We are in every project we make a charter. Now what if a charter can be automatically generated based on the data which I have already in the project, and also based on some past data, and also using the format and all other things. We can even write an agent which can build this charter for you. So just please watch.
Introducing project charter creation through Kytes AI, where creating a professional project charter is fast, intuitive, and automated. Let's walk through how you can generate a comprehensive project charter in just a few steps. Start by navigating to the Kytes AI platform. Here, you'll enter a simple prompt, such as create a project charter. Once you submit the prompt, Kytes AI begins processing your request, intelligently pulling together all the essential project details. Once the processing is complete, Kytes AI generates a detailed project charter tailored to your needs. This charter includes critical sections such as a team introduction, statement of work, and an overview of the customer environment, along with other key project information. Every detail is organized to ensure clarity and alignment for your team and stakeholders. But that's not all. You can preview or generate the final document. The project charter will be automatically added to your document library, where you can easily access, download, or share it with your team or clients. With Kytes AI, creating a project charter has never been easier.
So you see, this is another great application where it is automatically generated and also kept in the document folder or repository of the project, and you can revise it and so on and so forth. So this is another use case, how AI can be used in a project-based thing. Now we talked about, everybody knows what I worked on, why I need to update my skills or manually. I know, what I worked on, which project I worked on, what was my competency earlier and what it should be now. So can we not sort of use AI to automatically update my skill and also later update my resume? So watch this video.
Effortlessly update your skills with the power of Kytes AI. Keeping your skills up to date is simple and automated with Kytes AI. Let's walk through how users can update their skills using the Kytes AI framework. In this example, we're logged in as Donald. To begin, let's navigate to the Kytes AI and enters a natural language prompt, update my skills. Once the command is submitted, Kytes AI processes the request, analyzing Donald's recent activities to identify new or improved skills. After a moment, Kytes AI generates a clear, color-coded table. For example, Power BI, highlighted in green, is a new skill Donald has acquired, with a suggested competency level of L3 and 8 months of experience. Similarly, Python, marked in yellow, is an existing skill, now upgraded from L1 to L2 with an additional 8 months of experience. If Donald is satisfied with the proposed updates, he can simply say, "Yes, go ahead." Kytes AI then initiates the update process, creating a request that requires approval from a manager. In this case, the approver is Ankita. Kytes AI notifies Donald that the request has been submitted and is pending approval. The skills will be officially updated once Ankita approves. Now, let's switch to Ankita's account. In her to-do list, Ankita sees the skills approval request for Donald, listing Power BI and Python. She reviews the details, selects the request, and clicks Approve. Back to Donald's account. Donald can now check the status of his skills by invoking Kytes AI again and saying, Update my skills. This time, Kytes AI confirms that all skills are up to date, with no further updates needed.
So you can see that, this is a fantastic thing, and this is one way where your skill inventory can always be updated, right? It is like, because this is a one big gap in every IT services company. So that's another use case. This is not, this is another use case where, our ability to automatically basically extract information from a customer PO and fill up the SOW form, right? This is a manual work today, but this can also be improved. So please watch this video.
Most teams are processing hundreds, maybe even thousands, of contracts every month, spending hours manually reviewing and extracting key details. With Kytes AI contract extraction, your team can save up to 80% of that time without changing the way you work. Upload your contract directly into Kytes. Our AI instantly scans the document, identifying and extracting all relevant fields for you to quickly review. You can click Verify to check the fields Kytes AI has extracted from the document, ensuring accuracy before saving. Need changes? Edit any field in seconds and with a single click, save it into your system, automatically stored for future reference. That's hours of manual data entry eliminated, fewer errors and faster contract.
So this is another example how I can even improve the data entry, and then this data is stored, and now I'll be able to predict when is the expiry date, how much is the burn of this SOW, the renewals. Then a renewal agent can automatically send emails to the customer. So a lot of things can be done once you start, the first step of generating data and keeping it in a very structured manner. So that
Most
brings
teams
me
are
to the last of these use cases where, how the RAG technique has been used, where to read the documents, understand the documents, and make them available for a Q&A, right? So this is mostly used in the support, but just watch this.
Most teams have hundreds of help documents scattered across their systems. Finding the right answer often means opening document after document and wasting valuable time. With Kytes AI Help Agent, you can instantly turn all your help content into a smart, searchable knowledge assistant. Upload all your help documents into one central help document section in Kytes. After that, the AI learns from all your documents and is ready to answer any question. When users have any query, they go to the Kytes AI, choose the help agent, and then ask their question directly to the help agent, just like chatting with a colleague. The AI instantly searches across your entire help library and provides a direct, clear answer. It also includes a reference link to the exact source document, so you can verify the information instantly. Just instant, accurate answers right when you need them. Book your personalized demo today.
So basically, that brings me to the end of these 6 or 7 use cases. And the reason why I'm showing these is just first to give you that, it's real. You can, like Shivani said in the beginning, hype to reality. You can use this as long as your foundation is strong, you are investing in it, right? So that brings us to our final poll. Can we have the poll, please? So do you have the strong foundation I talked about? Yes or no? I would appreciate if everybody answers this so we get a sense where we are today. Can we have the results, please? Okay. So 50% is definitely not bad, that 50% people are ready and they can build on whatever they already have. And the ones which have not yet, you can definitely take the first step and it'll be worth it for sure. So moving on, this is my last slide. Are we overlooking the gold mine of data? So we talked about the systems. Systems will generate data, and then you can convert them into AI models, and that will give you the promise of AI. So that was it's very simple, it's very clear. There is no rocket science in it. We have to do it. We do it. We could be the early adopters, or we could be the laggards and follow. So whichever way, but my take would be, if I were you, I would definitely take some action today. And as we said, data is like fuel, right? Which is very much required to unlock AI's full potential. Today, data is in silos, messy, and underutilized. So, and then, we have to, that means investing in our systems and data integration, governance, and quality, and not just AI algorithms. Today, everybody thinks AI is only open AI is to do something, or, others have to do something. But that's not the right notion. Actually, for AI to work, keeping the data, generating the data, keeping the clean data, that is the bigger roadblock, right? That is the bigger ask. That is the bigger task, and that we have to do it for our own good. So, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. I hope that you got something out of this webinar, and you will take the next actions. So, Shivani, over to you.
Hi. So thanks for that wonderful presentation, Sandeep, and I hope our audiences must have got benefited out of it. And I can see by the number of questions being asked actually. So I'll start taking questions and you can see emojis actually coming onto the screen. So they really liked it. So the first question what I'm going to take, Sandeep, is from Michael. And what he's asking is, Dear Kytes team, in today's intro, I recall the memorable quote, it's not magic, it's a data plus discipline. And I like the use case of automatic updates of resume to be shared with the customer as well. Can you please share some of these prerequisites in terms of manual work or processes which must be in place before I can make full benefit of that enterprise AI feature?
Right. Thanks, Michael. Thanks for that question. I think you've asked a very valid question, and the good news is it's very much possible today to get automatic resume updates or first time creation or any employee. What you need as a prerequisite is, first you need to basically finalize on a standard resume template, that this will be 1 page or 2 page template you will have for every employee. And then, when we are basically assigning any activity or project to an employee, that activity or project should know what skill sets are required to do that. And then by virtue of that, we can figure out that this employee has worked on this skill for this long. And that we will use to kind of update skills and the resume. Also, when we are doing projects, every project, we should basically, the AI will automatically get the experience that person has done, achieved in that project, and will automatically update the resume. So I think the prerequisites are not as much as, it's not very difficult, just a standardized template and the right system to do it. And you can definitely get these resumes updated automatically.
Okay. And the next question I'll take from Suraj. He has a multiple questions, so I'll just collate all of them. What he's saying is he's a PMO in any organization and he needs support on forecasting the project delivery and possible best schedules. Or what also he's asking is, could you please provide me information on the security standpoint, because his organization is security is very crucial for his organization. And the next question he's further extending, is it possible to connect with Azure DevOps?
Yeah. So multiple questions. The answer to all of these three is in affirmative. Uh, you can forecast the project delivery. Like, first of all, if you are building a plan, and now AI can predict your current activities, when are they likely to finish? And then based on their finish line, it will automatically push the successor activities, and it will give you the project expected closure date. This is a very much a reality. A lot of our customers are doing that, where we are forecasting the project schedules as of now, right? And it changes every single day depending upon, how other activities or predecessors have done. So that is the number one. And this, you don't have to do anything. It is quite automatic. In fact, in the one of the most recent customer, we are even taking the employee leaves into account, whether that person is on leave that during that time. So even that becomes one of the factor. So the second point is from a security point standpoint. I think that's a very good point. And but just to let you know that all security concerns, because if are already in place, that whether the data whatever we are capturing is in on premise or on the cloud, in both cases the security is taken care. And our customers are already using it today. Even if I use a open AI API, there are APIs which they claim, or they at least sign a contract that they will not use it for training, etc. So we can address those concerns maybe in another call. And yes, it is possible to integrate with Azure DevOps, where we can talk to that complete WBS structure there, and it is possible.
Okay. So the next question is from Pradnya Patil. And what she's saying is, I'm Pradnya and I work in an IT company working as a project lead. And I would like to know, how does enterprise software data gets converted in AI data models?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a very smart question. So, see, once you have the data, like for example, the task example I gave you. So, your database of project management will have all the tasks done by all your employees in the last, say, 1 year, 2 year, or whatever. Now, your job is basically, when I am creating a task, I should have labeled it with a category of task, and who has done it, we already know. And if we can label it with complexity, which project it is in, what kind of project, then what happens is the AI team, they will figure out that which data to use for the model, like which columns in which tables, etc. That is the step number one, which data to use. Now, once they have figured out that these are the data points I have to use, then they will find out in the available data, it's called cleansing of data. Are there missing data points or anything else? Then they fill in those blanks, right? If suppose somebody has not captured the category of a task. Now, for my model to work right, I have to provide that category. So one time I will, do something about it, and then maybe make it mandatory next time, so that my future data is always correct. So once the cleansing is done, then we select the best machine learning algorithm which is appropriate for that need. And this is the job of the data scientist and an expert. There are a lot of algorithms available. They'll pick up the right algorithm and fit in all that data to that model. And once the model is ready, they will then use it, test cases and all, and evaluate it if the model is correct. And then once they find a reasonable amount of consistency and correctness, they will deploy that in the customer system. So that's like a 4 or 5 steps which the AI team does. I have oversimplified it. It may not be all that simple, but just in a layman language.
So I think you've got an answer. Uh, Pradnya, in case you have anything, you can write in chat. So I'm taking up a next question by Neha Singh, and what she's referring, a little confusing, but yes, I'll try to explain it, what I've understood it. The model being used for all the AI features is private to the organization using it, or is Kite using for the overall product? My data will be used for training the current model. If yes, would that mean my data is made public if I am using it?
So we have got both the models where, if customer says, I don't want to give my data for training your model, but you build a model for me and I will only train that. So that is also possible. Or, if some of the non-confidential data, I mean, as I said, we anonymize the data, and with the client permission, we build a model which is a combination of several customers' data. And but they will be also beneficiary of having a huge data set. So depending upon what the customer is and which model they want to go, we have both things available. The downside is if you want to keep your data to yourself, then you will be having a limitation of only that much data you can generate. So that is the downside, but yeah, it's up to the organization.
Some people have asked me on the chat also, and there's a quick question, Sandeep, which I also can answer. Does Kite solution is on-prem or cloud-based? So we are actually available on both the models. So I'll quickly just take on the next question. There's a question from Shriram Patel. I work in program management vertical of a telecom industry. Can you guide me how AI can help in network security improvement in telecom industry?
Um, well, I'm sure AI can help, but today what we are talking about more about the project management use case. So that'll be slightly off, so we can discuss it offline. But yeah, any project management, if you want to do this kind of AI will help you. And your network security, I think that's a different topic. And but AI can definitely help based on my knowledge, but I can't comment detail in that.
Okay, so now this is next question, which I'll take it up from Aniket Joshi. I work as an IT services firm where projects often kick off before resource planning is finalized. Can AI help me quickly identify if we already have someone in-house with the right skills, or do I need to raise a hiring request?
100%. This is a very good question because if your project has started, now based on the SOW, and AI can figure out what kind of skills you would need and what kind of resources, experience resources, non-experience resources, etc. And then AI already knows who all are available in the organization, and most importantly, it knows who is available in that timeline. So it will do three things for you. It will do your timeline matching, whether the resource is available. It will do profile matching because it should match with the requirements of the project. And third, over and above, it will also tell you if there is a Sita and Geeta available, both of them have the same profile, who would be more profitable for you. So then you can pick and choose. So absolutely yes.
Okay, so the next question is from Jay Roy. As a project manager, in what ways could AI flag potential cost overruns mid-project so corrective action can be taken in time?
Yeah. So typically, these things happens in the fixed price projects. So now Kite software or AI driven software can actually tell you that what would be your projected cost based on whatever cost you have already incurred and the project progress. It will project how much more you would need to complete this project. So it can predict basically that at project completion, what would be your project cost. In fact,
Okay.
what we can also do is we can even like AI can be suggestive also. So if you have 5 resources working and those 5 resources have incurred certain cost and it is going overrun, right? So it can suggest that, resource A is incurring cost on it. So you can take a similar profile of resource A from some other resource and the cost will be cheaper because some resources they are more expensive in the organization. There are resources with a similar skill but less expensive. So with time AI can not just flag that it is a problem. AI will also help you in suggesting a solution.
Okay. So there was a question from Sonia, and what she was asking is, what models are you using? So I think I've got the answer. This is OpenAI 4.1 Mini Azure OpenAI. It can also support other models. And with GPU is required, only self-hosted model is required. Else, Kytes PSA can support LLM hosted by Microsoft, OpenAI, and AWS. So Sonia, in case you have more questions, you can always write to me. There are some more questions, and I think we are already exceeding a time. So people who have more questions, we can actually have one-to-one chat further. And I'll just try to wrap it up. So I will just refer to all the chats later. All right, so we are just wrapping it up now, and here are the big takeaways. AI is definitely not a magic. Probably many may not agree with me. It is indeed powerful. Rather, I should say it is very powerful, but only when you have got the right systems and right data in place. Based on the poll Sandeep have taken, how many of you have the right systems already? And we have got the answer 50%. So 50% who said yes, you are lucky and that's fantastic. You are ahead of time and you are in the game. And those who don't lose heart. You are not alone. In fact, many AI initiatives stumble just because the right systems are not in place. Our objective in today's session was just to make you understand the importance of having the right systems and data in place before you deep dive into AI, because everybody is just riding on the bandwagon. So, as you leave, remember, don't put the cart before the bullock. No matter how strong the bullock is, the cart is not going to move forward. Get first your systems and data right, and then only AI will give you and take you further more than what you ever imagined. So the next steps, I would request all of you go explore Kytes, visit kytes.com and see how we can help you align everything and unlock AI's full potential for your business in your business. And before we disperse, there is a QR code which is flashing on your screen. Please scan it. Follow us on the LinkedIn page for more insights, for more updates. We'll be having many more such webinars so that we can invite you in the next webinars. And if you have any questions regarding this webinar, anything related to project systems or AI, do connect to me directly. My mail ID is also mentioned, shivani.kumar@kytes.com. And once again, thank you so much for joining this webinar.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Thank you.